Yeah. Welcome to our video presentation on Canadian Tire. My name is Fahima Zarin, and I also have Javeria Khan with me. Today, we will be sharing a lot of interesting information on Canadian Tire and do an in-depth assessment. During our next 10 minutes together, we will give you a general overview of Canadian Tire, then I will discuss the key industry trend and the SWOT analysis. For the next part, my friend Javeria will talk about the external environmental factors, emerging issues, and finally, she will wrap up the conversation by discussing the necessity of HR planning in the context of this presentation. Founded by the Bells brothers in 1922, today, 100 years after its founding, Canadian Tire remains one of Canada's most beloved companies. Canadian Tire has 13 different banners and over 1,700 retail locations and employing approximately 35,000 employees nationwide. Canadian Tire believes in one company, all of Canada. It is connected to communities offering products and services that reflect the diverse nature of every one of them. From sports to outdoor, automobiles to home, they know and understand the life of Canadians. In recent times, Canadian Tire does not mention the mission in its official document or the website. However, its vision is to create a culture where belonging thrive and diversity, inclusion, and equity are infused into everything that they do. Their strategic focus area is their people, culture, customer, and community. The core values of Canadian Tire is to help to guide their action in pursuit of their purpose. The core values highlight innovation, outcome, inclusion, togetherness, and personal responsibility. Now, let's look into the key industry trend that may affect Canadian Tire. Social media is quickly becoming the future of e-commerce, with social shopping growing in popularity across all age groups. In the past 3 months, we can see that 41% of the consumers have discovered a product on social media. In fact, Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X prefer finding products on social media rather than over any other channels. Now, let's talk about the massive 35,000 employees Canadian Tire has. In the past few years, we have seen a dramatic shift in how we work. Among all the people surveyed for this HubSpot research, we can see that only 32% of the employees are going to office all week, which is down from last year. What's more interesting is that the remote and the hybrid employees are not interested to go back to work. Even 47% employees are saying that they would consider leaving the job if they have to go to office every day. Therefore, being in the retail store, this is something that Canadian Tire must keep in mind if they want to attract and retain key talents. The third significant trend we found through our research is that people are making sustainable choices for a better future. Looking into the 11th wave of EY report, we can see that people care significantly more about the planet than before, resulting into the top two priorities of the consumers are planet and affordability. The same research found that 58% consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable products. Looking into the SWOT analysis of Canadian Tire, we can see that Canadian Tire possesses many strengths, such as having a diverse product portfolio, strong brand image, and customer loyalty. They also have an extensive retail network with a wide marketplace across Canada. And they have also shown a stronger financial stability in recent times. However, the company also has many weaknesses. For example, they are competing in a crowded market segment that restricts companies' market share. They also seem to have neglected the focus on the new buyers in the current demographic shift in Canadian market. Their operation is also concentrated in Canada only. We believe that there is also an absence of a robust advertising strategy that is impacting the market standing of Canadian Tire. But on the bright side, there are also a lot of opportunities that Canadian Tire can tap into. For example, they can focus on investing in customer-oriented services, embracing green initiative, international expansion, and as well as investing in new product innovations. Looking at the threats, we can see there's a lot of external factors, such as intense competition from both traditional and online retailers. There is economic downturn, and there is also risk exposure due to the dependency on the third-party suppliers. At the same time, we can see that keeping up with the changing consumer preference may also be an issue for the Canadian Tire.
All right,
Now,
so yeah, so now we are going to talk about the external environmental factors. There are three major environmental factors that we've outlined, which is economic, technological, and environmental factors. Talking about the economic impact on Canadian Tire, the economic factors outline a profound impact on Canadian Tire's operations and strategic considerations. The Canadian economy's growth has not only empowered exchange rate but also opened up new opportunities for Canadian Tire on the global market stage. This economic dynamism directly influences consumer spending and purchasing power, subsequently affecting retail sales for Canadian Tire. The company most closely monitor and adapt to these economic dynamics to stay competitive in the retail sector. Talking about the technological impact, the changes in unemployment rates and per capita disposable income carry significant implications for Canadian Tire supply chain, procurement operations, and other employment opportunities. Fluctuations in employment levels may influence workforce availability and labor cost, impacting the overall operational efficiency of Canadian Tire. Moreover, changes in the disposable income can directly influence consumer confidence and the spending patterns, which are crucial factors for a retail giant like Canadian Tire. Lastly, talking about the environmental impact, as exchange rates fluctuate, represent another dimension of economic factors that the Canadian Tire needs to navigate, given that the company's involvement in international trade and sourcing strategies changes in exchange rates can affect the cost of goods, profit margins, and other overall competitiveness in the market. It becomes imperative for Canadian market to employ strategic risk management and financial planning to mitigate the impact of such fluctuations. Now, moving ahead, we will be talking about emerging factors. There are two kind of scenarios we have outlined in the next 5 years Canadian Tire can oversee. The first one is a desirable scenario, and the second one is an undesirable scenario. Let's talk about the first one. In the most desirable case outcome, now let's explore a scenario where Canadian Tire thrives in a growing retail industry, expanding both domestically and internationally. What are the challenges that can happen? Rapid expansion, including scaling operations and logistics, talent acquisition, attracting and retaining top talent in competitive market, and definitely technological integration, ensuring new technologies to enhance customer experience. Now the question is how HR can act as a strength in this scenario. There can be proactive talent acquisition, leveraging proactive recruitment strategies to identify and attract perfect individuals. Robust training programs in implementing comprehensive training programs to upskill existing employees, ensuring a skilled workforce, and flexibility in workforce planning, demonstrating flexibility in workforce planning to accommodate rapid growth and changing business needs. HR weaknesses in growth. However, in the excitement of rapid expansion, there's a potential weakness in overlooking cultural integration. HR may face challenges in ensuring integration impacting teamwork and organizational cohesion. Now let's talk about the least desirable outcome, which can be where an economic challenge leads to a turn down in consumer spending, affecting the retail sector. What are the challenges? The economic impact, reducing the spending. There is workforce restructuring, addressing challenges with potential layoffs, and maintaining the service quality. How can HR strengthen this turndown? Strategic workforce planning, where you can plan and align your workforce with operational needs. Effective communication with employees through tough times to maintain morale and their engagement. And skill retention, implementing strategies to retain critical skills even in the face of layoffs. Now, we will talk about the necessity of HR planning. Why HR planning is necessary? Because you have to align your workforce with your organizational goals. If in the next 5 years you have 10 goals to achieve, you have to tell all the departments that these are the goals so that they work towards achieving them. Anticipate and address future skills requirement, as we talked previously. Enhances organizational agility to respond to the current market changes, and support talent development and retention. How Canadian Tire should plan for success. They should conduct a comprehensive workforce analysis to identify current and future needs, develop flexible recruitment and talent acquisition strategies. So they already have a talent pool created and they do not need it urgently if they need it. Invest in employee training and development programs, especially in technology and sustainability, and establish succession planning to mitigate leadership gaps. If there is an employee who leaves the company, there should be another employee to replace the person as soon as possible. Foster a positive workplace culture to enhance employee engagement and retention. So this is our presentation that we made. There are references. These are the websites and the sources that we use to combine this video presentation. Hope you liked it. Thank you.